Yeah, somebody failed. They said so and so failed. Hey, get, get, get. Down, down, down. Not doing that. Do it again, I'm quitting. Bitch, I don't want that. Hey! Cut it out! What's wrong with people? Yeah, I'm leaving. Fuck them people. Yeah, I'm leaving, bitch. Fuck this. Nope.
Behind that apartment building. We left some body armor
Basically, yeah. Don't look back, just go.
Can't get away from the cops. Right about now, the CEO of Pack Standard is calling the mayor. He's probably patched in the chair of the Union Depository, and they're all about to tear the ass out of the chief of police. Cops on the street will be highly motivated to bring you down, but you won't need to worry about that. Just get to Raton Canyon. I've got a plan. So, have any dye packs gone off in the bags? Do you know because you'd be covered in paint? No? That means the transponders worked. Thank you, Avi Schwartzman. You know when you'll have lots of time? When you're put in jail for robbing a bank and putting down a load of cops. You don't have time right now. Get out of there as quick as you can. Keep going, keep going. Don't worry about the cops. Worry about... Use the bikes to get away from the cops and to get upstate. We left a dinghy at Raton Canyon. That's your exit plan. There's a route coming to your GPS now. It'll take you off-road, away from the cops, and towards our boat. Stay together or go a different way if you want, but this will be the safest route. Go, 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 go! Remember, the bikes have KERS. They store up energy to accelerate when you brake. Should help put some road between you and those red and blues. Don't look back, just go! There's nothing good behind you. You get away from the city, you get away from the cops. you get to Ratton Canyon, I got a plan. So, have any dye packs gone off in the bags? Do you know because you'd be covered in paint? No? That means the transponders worked. Thank you, Avi Schwartzman. You know when you'll have lots of time? When you're put in jail for robbing a bank and putting down a load of cops. You don't have time right now. Get out of there as quick as you can. Keep going, keep going. Don't worry about the cops. Worry about getting to the canyon. Okay, you're coming into Chiliad State Park. We're almost out of this. Almost. Keep following your GPS. It'll take you through the forest, around the hills, toward the canyon. Okay, now this next bit's gonna sound crazy, but crazy's often what gets you out of trouble. You're coming up to a rickety old bridge. Cross it, aim for the cliff, and drive right off. Then pull your parachute and get in the boat we've left for you in the river. That's your way out. Come to think of it, Kerr's boost just before you jump might be the best way to get away from the cliff. Soon as you're airborne, ditch your bikes and start gliding. That's easy, right? Coming from a guy who walks with a cane. now, but it won't last for long. So let's make it count, people. Move before they figure out what happened.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah. Oh, my friends! We did it! Well, you did it. Woo. I know I didn't do that much, but oh, you. I thought you were just a bunch of creepy and quiet weirdos. Turns out you're a bunch of creepy, quiet weirdos with talent. You rob and you steal and destroy like geniuses. Oh, I love it. I love it. Here, let me wire you your money. You know, I will never forget the good times. All the laughs we had. You're like family. The picnic, the hike in the woods, and all the selfies, and oh, and the time we went rollerblading, and we watched the sunset, and we stayed up all night talking and sharing our innermost fears, and then what was that? That wasn't you? Even the skinny dipping and the... Oh. Oh. What are you saying? Oh. The drugs. Oh, man, the drugs. I am a heavily medicated man. I'm not well at all. I'm a little embarrassed. Okay, the money. Here. And here. And here. And... Here, okay, you better take off and take care, okay? Bye-bye.
What you carrying later? What can I get you? Keep your eyes open. Hey, do you think of money? Nah, what the hell am I thinking? Stay strapped.
Mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Hey, look at this damn fool.
Okay, Marcel told me you're taking care of Sleeping Beauty. What I... How we doing out there? Our guys still have a pulse? Because if not, this just became a very different kind of favor you're doing for me. I mean, I'm grateful either way, just hoping we can keep things simple.
That's depressing.
Okay, here we go. With transponders on one of 4 post-op vans making runs around the city. Work in pairs, driver and navigator photographer. And use the Trackify app on your phone to find the vans. We've got a limited time before the van we need goes out of circulation. Trackify uses a signal on your phone to tell you when you're going in the direction of a target, but it's not very good on distances. If the 2 teams communicate, you should be able to locate them quickly, and then we can all go back to our clickbait and tube sites. When you do find a van, send me an image of its license plate. When I've got them all, I'll run the numbers against their database and tell you which van you need to steal. That's good. Clear shot of the plate. Now, get me the rest of them. Don't send me shots of your privates or the sunset. Blur your private bits at sunset. All right, I got another picture. I still need some more,
Man, there's gotta be a way to get banned to smoke weed. Like I care. I know, man. That was insane. What was the name again? Yeah. So,
Yes, that octopus said, die, bitch, die. Oh, it's Indian.
Okay, so we're going for the charges. Head out to Calafia Bridge and I'll come back with a POA.
Here's some Las Vegas breaking news that hasn't made the news yet. MGM Resorts just told all of their concierge employees across all of their properties, with the exception of Aria and Bellagio, that they are being laid off. This is a couple weeks after laying off the valet, doorman, and bellman at Excalibur and announcing the closure of the Luxor Buffet. We know that travel and tourism is down. Aside from global issues and the Canadians boycotting us, many Americans fear that we are headed for a recession and they are tightening up their spending. But what's going on at MGM feels a little bit bigger than that. Multiple executives in recent months have resigned or are rumored to be considering resignation, with small
Not to damage that truck at all, okay? I'll be in touch when there's a target about a click.
rumors of more occurring at multiple properties. This is after raising resort fees and parking fees twice in 2024. Fees keep going up and amenities are being scaled back. It feels like everyone's trying to be tight-lipped about this, but I think we need to talk about it. Are more layoffs coming? Is this a sign of the times? Let me know what you think and follow me for all the Vegas. Here's some Las Vegas breaking news that hasn't made the news yet. MGM Resorts just told all of their concierge employees across all of their properties, with the exception of Aria and Bellagio, that they are being laid off. This is a couple weeks after laying off the valet, doorman, and bellman at Excalibur and announcing the closure of the Luxor Buffet. We know that travel and tourism is down. Aside from global issues and the Canadians boycotting us, many Americans fear that we are headed for a recession and they are tightening up their spending.
Cooper, start thinking some nasty thoughts and do whatever you're gonna do.
Hello. My bad. I'm gaming.
With principle and experience leading organizations, he should have been, I think, our nominee. Now, impeachment, we've tried that. And I think evidence indicates that every time President Trump is attacked, it only creates a groundswell of support amongst his base. And I'm just not certain that these tactics of sit-ins and protest and impeachment and condemnation is going to do a darn thing. This is not the first presidency of Donald Trump. We learned lessons the first time. And that's why I'm dismayed of the absence of a leader emerging with a broad, inspiring vision for the future that redefines the Democratic Party. I think we need a Tony Blair to reinvigorate what the Labor Party did in Great Britain. We need the same thing here in the United States with the Democratic Party. So far, I've not seen that leader emerge.
Ben, it's not maybe just the leadership, maybe it's the language or the terms that are being used, all of the messaging, because Michigan Senator Elizabeth Slotkin is criticizing her esteemed colleague, Bernie Sanders, for using the term oligarchy during his cross-country tour with, of course, Congressman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Sanders is sitting back listening.
I think the American people are not quite as dumb as the Slotkins thinks they are. I think they understand very well. In the top 1% owns more wealth than the bottom 90%. When big money interests are able to control both political parties, they are living in an oligarchy.
So who's right here? I mean, is this a form over substance discussion, or do Americans understand actually the messaging from both sides, and they're deciding for themselves, obviously?
Look, most
Democrats. Hey, you guys. I'm so sorry.
No, I know. Well, you're talking, but you have one to say, Dan.
I'm impassioned because I served with Alyssa Slotkin. There's no one I know in the United States Congress who is closer to the heartbeat of America, who has won some of the toughest races imaginable, and is trying so hard to bring some clarity to a party that is so in the woods right now. And to see Bernie Sanders, an old, last-generation Democrat, angry, unfriendly, representing this party is part of the problem. And with all due respect to him and so many others, calling this an oligarchy, all that does is offend the very people, many of them at least, that I think we need to attract and invite. So I would listen to Alyssa Slotkin a lot more than Senator Sanders.
Look, I think most Democrats love both these leaders and appreciate the different things they're trying to do. You know, when we talk about like who's the leader going to be, and we need a leader. Listen, we got beat in 2004 pretty badly. George W. Bush, swift voted John Kerry. We had a triple red threat. It was horrible. We didn't have a leader for 3.5 years. Barack Obama didn't emerge as our leader for 3.5 years. It takes a while for parties to sort it out. And I think this insistence that right now we got to have a leader, that's never happened one single time in the history of this party. It will take a while. And I love Clyde and what she's doing. I love Sanders and ALC. Let 1,000 flowers bloom in our party. Let's quit arguing with each other and let's let the people pick. If the people like oligarchy with a lot of syllables, then they'll let us know. And if the people like something short, they'll let us know. But what I like is that both of these people out here are trying to raise the alarm, which right now needs to be raised.
You're saying both Republicans and Democrats is very patient. See if it's true. Van and Dean, thank you both so much.
Thank you, Laura. Nice to see you, man.
Well, remember when the administration promised to deport the worst first? Our next guest says their story will put that into question. The Cuban mother, deported in a hurry, leaving behind her American citizen husband and their 1-year-old daughter. The family now says the child is unable to nurse. Their attorney is standing by to share their story.
CNN This Morning with Audie Cornish, weekdays at 6 a.m. on CNN.
Enamel, clinical enamel strength, can help us to keep our enamel for a lifetime. It's backed by science. It is clinically proven to strengthen our teeth. I would recommend this toothpaste to everybody. It's really an amazing product.
This is what joint pain looks like when you keep moving with Aleve. Just one Aleve, 12 hours of uninterrupted joint pain relief. Aleve, strength to last 12 hours.
When you spend less with Straight Talk and get a free 5G phone with real unlimited data, you can get more moments to yourself by getting something for them. Get a free 5G phone on us on America's most reliable 5G network. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
Etsy's your go-to for Mother's Day gifts, especially as mothers. Shop original home pieces like candles handmade by Fred for $125. Or personalized jewelry design, chill for $75. And custom sweatshirts by Emily for $150. Make the house day with style. Home decor. Or accessories for mothers and sons. For gifts as special as she is. Etsy has what's your favorite book? That's the first question. It's I'm curious about the book too, actually. No more questions about books, please. Can we just stick to the game?
What's wrong? You good?
Of course.
Because a lot of people have been asking you a question about these books you carry around.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, you may have heard some rumors about the books I've been reading, but the truth is, sometimes I'm playing Royal Kingdom.
Wait, that puzzle game?
These books keep me on my game, man.
What's actually in here?
I mean, yeah, but no. I mean,
Is it true that you don't even need a library?
you're in my library right now. I have no Wi-Fi. Guess what? Still playing. It's all about Royal Kingdom. It always has been.
After challenges, you bounce back stronger. Now, damaged hair can too. New Dove Intensive Repair with Bioprotein Care plus Amino Serum. Refills hair with 1 trillion molecules for hair reborn 10 times stronger. New Dove.
All right, so that's one pair of glasses.
Yep.
With prescription lenses. Plus anti-reflective lens coating.
Oh,
Scratch-resistant coating.
did I choose?
UV protection. Award-winning customer service.
That's me.
That's also me. Free returns, free exchanges, and free frame adjustments for life.
And how much more is that?
Oh, it's all included at Warby Parker.
So my glasses
Are still just $95.
Oh,
Surprise! I just get excited.
Did you know taking Zysol at night relieves allergies while you sleep? So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
This Friday, experience the You're bowling at MC Game Changer.
your trash? My business card. One blew up an entire laboratory. One caused a 32-car pileup.
I love this guy.
One is demanding we deliver payment in diamonds. What?
It's the best Marvel movie since Avengers Endgame.
Let's do this.
Begins with Marvel Studios Thunderbolts.
What that talk about?
It's now rated PG-13.
CPAC presents. Is your kid a picky eater?
Oh, yeah. It is so hard to get him to eat anything.
Seriously, we have to bribe her.
Oh yeah, same. And I'm running out of sand dollars. You know, luckily I invested in Beach Coin.
Look.
What's happening? She's really going to town on that.
She doesn't need the tails I call dibs.
We can start bribing with CPAC.
We're gonna need a bigger freezer.
Even the pickiest pick.
Dad tax.
Hi.
On the next episode of My Happy Place, I needed a radical change of scenery. Taraji P. Henson bites peace in Bali.
Maybe I won't scream this time.
My Happy Place with Taraji P. Henson, Sunday at 10 on CNN.
Trump administration is on the defense, this time of the deportation of U.S.-born children, American citizens. First was a 2-year-old. A mother with her 2-year-old detained during a routine check-in with ICE. Authorities proceeded to deport them together to Honduras. A federal judge says the deportation appears to have taken place, quote, with no meaningful process. Then there are siblings. A 4-year-old battling a rare form of late-stage cancer who was still receiving treatment, expelled along with her 7-year-old sibling and their mother. Their lawyer says 2 ICE officers are waiting for the family at a routine immigration appointment. And then there's my next story, Haiti Sanchez.
Like Jake Smith, like I'm just so hungry I could just eat him. I don't know. I'm starving. I'm so hungry I could literally eat Jake Smith right now.
What is that? Is that like a person or?
Well, you knew who he was when you were messaging him on Grindr, so.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Matt, he sent me the screenshots.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He sent me the screenshots, Matt. You were messaging him on Grindr. I know you were.
What the fuck is Grindr?
Matt, you literally sent him a picture of you in a pirate costume. Are you being fucking serious right now? Just tell me the truth. I already saw it. I saw the costume, Matt. I fucking saw it.
What the fuck are you fucking talking about?
I saw the fucking pirate costume, Matt. I know you were talking to him on Grindr.
I don't fucking know what Grindr. What the fuck are you doing, bro? What the fuck are you doing?
A Cuban migrant. She was abruptly detained by immigration authorities during her scheduled appointment with ICE, separating her from her 1-year-old and husband, who are both U.S. citizens. The family completely distraught.
We have this beautiful 1-year-old daughter that depends on her for everything. He still breastfeeds. She gets attacks when her fever spikes. She gets attacks. He gets everything. She depends on her mother. I'm pleading everyone for help.
We did ask DHS for comment on this family separation. Here's what they told us. Quote, parents are asked if they want to be removed with their children, or ICE will place the children with someone the parent designates. In this case, the parent stated they wanted to be removed without the child and left the child in the care of a safe relative in the United States. We take our responsibility to protect children seriously and will continue to work with federal law enforcement to ensure that children are safe and protected. With me now, lawyer for Haiti Sanchez and Carlos Valle, Claudia Canizares. This is such a difficult story as people are learning more and more about this. As I understand it, Haiti's one-year-old child, who is still breastfeeding, has had difficulty sleeping, difficulty eating. Is there an immediate health concern with the baby?
There is an immediate health concern. The baby, before she was taken away from her mother, the baby had seizures. We still don't know, and she was being, assessed to figure out what is going on and why she had the seizures. And definitely she needs medical care and medical attention here in the United States. Haiti was not given a chance to take the child with her. They told her, call your husband and tell him to go and pick up the child.
So DHS is saying that she was given the option to take her daughter with her to Cuba. So that's not true, that she had that option?
Honestly, from the words of my attorney that represented her during this ICE appointment, no. She was asked to call her husband to come and pick up the child, and they actually gave the baby to the attorney, and the attorney took the baby out of the office. Therefore, I don't believe that she was really given an option to take the child with her. She didn't even have the passport to be able to do that.
Did she want to take her daughter with her?
No. The conditions in Cuba right now are deplorable. There is no electricity, and therefore there is no medical care that is appropriate for this child. She needs to stay here in the United States, and she needs to receive medical attention. We need to find out why she's having seizures. It's not normal that a baby this young has seizures. Therefore, she needs the medical care that she can receive here, and it's only in the United States. We do humanitarian visas all the time to bring kids from Cuba to the U.S. because they cannot receive proper medical service in Cuba.
What a difficult circumstance for the father and, of course, the entire family to think about this separation in the way that it's described. I mean, Haiti has been living in the United States with a temporary stay permit that does not grant legal status or protection from deportation, though she was required to show up for regularly scheduled check-ins at an ICE office. Was her family prepared for the possibility that this could even happen?
They were. I think she was concerned that this could happen, and that's why she wanted representation during this appointment. And we explained to her that this could be a risk. However, we have had case recently where people with positive equities had gone to ICE and they had given them another year to report. And people where we had explained to ICE, look, we're in the process of reopening their case or filing a waiver, and they were amicable to giving us another year. However, with Haiti, they moved her appointment to an earlier day, called her all of a sudden, and told her that she was being removed immediately.
Any idea why?
It is my impression that they were trying to fill the plane, and they just told her to go.
Does she have any legal recourse to return?
She does. She can return with the petition from the husband that is currently pending, and she also is going to need a waiver. We explained to ICE that she qualifies for a waiver and that she could wait for that waiver here in the United States, and their answer was, let her go and she can wait for the waiver outside.
What is that timeline?
The timeline for a waiver, it can take anywhere between 1 year to 3 years. So when you're dealing with a child that is sick and a mother who is outside of the country, waiting 3 years is a very long time for her to return to the United States. It has taken 2 years for the petition to be approved. And now we're probably looking into a year and a half, or even 3 years for this mother to go to the interview, file the waivers, and be able to return back legally.
Claudia Canizares, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Still ahead, one of the NFL's top stars hitting back at critics who were furious that he golfed with the president. how Saquon Barkley is defending himself tonight. Plus, Jalen Hurts, the excuse we got today for why he didn't show up at the White House celebration. Jamel Hill and Dante Sorwa. It's all worth getting by on what this all says about this era in sports and politics.
And you know, Saquon's a good golfer, but he's a much better football player. In case you had any thoughts of doing something else, Saquon.
Eva Longoria, Searching for Spain, Sunday at 9 on CNN.
The thing about work, it's always changing. But with the right perspective, what seems confusing or just out of reach can suddenly fall into place. If it's a work thing, it's a SHRM thing.
SHRM. If you're living with HIV, imagine being good to go without daily HIV pills. Good to go, unscripted. Good to go, on a whim. With Cabenuva, there's no pausing for daily HIV pills. For adults who are undetectable, Cabenuva is the only complete, long-acting HIV treatment.
Y'all, so tell me why I just spoke up and my man eating his cereal, looking so good and buff.
You fucking gay. It's my bad.
Y'all, so tell me why I just spoke up and my man eating his cereal, looking so good and buff.
You fucking gay. It's my bad.
Get every other month. It's 2 injections from a healthcare provider, as few as 6 times a year. Don't take Cabenuva if allergic to its ingredients or taking certain medicines that may interact. Serious side effects include allergic reactions or rash, post-injection reactions, liver problems, and depression. If these occur, get medical help right away. Tell your doctor about your medicines or supplements, medical conditions, liver or kidney problems, mental health, pregnancy, and breastfeeding. The most common side effect is injection site reaction. With Cabenuva, you're good to go without daily HIV pills. Talk to your doctor about switching.
Fun color, great mileage.
Hey, hon, I found our new car on Carvana.
Wait, already? I want to do some research. Tiny, torque or horsepower for this? I vote torque.
Ooh.
Which color makes my shoulders look wider?
The blue one?
Cerulean? Okay. Oh, great return policy. I got it. No, I don't. Well, after minimal deliberation, I found it.
Great minds. And it can be delivered
Tomorrow.
by your car in Carvana today.
A major motion picture, an evolution in customer experience, a game-changing approach to golf. Behind them all, advanced 5G solutions from T-Mobile for Business. Disney chose T-Mobile to power real-time collaboration between remote production hubs. T-Mobile fuels Tractor Supply stores nationwide with 5G internet. And innovates with CTA of America to elevate the game. Business goes further with T-Mobile for Business.
Living with your albuterol asthma rescue inhaler? It's a bit of a dinosaur because albuterol only treats.
You good? Yo. You gotta go. I don't care. You don't want to come right here. No, let's go. Let's go. Go over there. You didn't ask me. Go over there. Go somewhere else. You don't do that. I'm a fucking female. You asked her. What's wrong with you? Am I tripping? No. All right. No. You gotta go. I don't care. You don't want to come right here.
Symptoms, not inflammation. Asthma experts support rescue that treats both symptoms and inflammation. It's time to replace your rescue with Air Supra. Air Supra is the first and only dual-action asthma rescue inhaler FDA approved to treat symptoms and help prevent asthma attacks. Welcome to the modern age of dual-action asthma rescue. Air Supra should not be used as a maintenance treatment for asthma. Get medical help right away if your breathing doesn't improve or worsens, or for serious allergic reactions like rash, mouth or tongue swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing, or chest pain. Using Air Supra more than prescribed could be life-threatening. Serious side effects include increased risk of thrush or infections, or heart problems like faster heart rate and higher blood pressure. Can't afford your medication? AstraZeneca may be able to help. Ask your doctor about Air Supra, a dual-action rescue inhaler for asthma. Adults these days don't feel your age, act your age. That's pretty cool. Sail through the heart of historic cities and unforgettable scenery with Viking. Unpack once and get closer to iconic landmarks, local life, and cultural treasures. Because when you experience Europe on a Viking longship, you'll spend less time getting there and more time being there. Viking, exploring the world in comfort.
Is there a new presidential bromance brewing? It sure seemed that way today when the Philadelphia Eagles visited the White House to celebrate their big Super Bowl win.
Your superstar running back who I met yesterday, and I want to tell you he's a handsome guy, but I wouldn't want to tackle him. Saquon Barkley, where's Saquon? But I offered him a ride on Air Force One because I was coming down. And usually they say, no, I don't think so. He said, I'll take it, sir. And he loved it. We love being together. He's a great young guy.
Eagles star running back Saquon Barkley took a lot of heat for his golf weekend and VIP ride on Air Force One with President Trump, but he brushed it off on social media, posting in part, maybe I just respect the office. Not a hard concept to understand. Just golfed with Obama not too long ago and look forward to finishing my round with Trump. Join me now, contributing writer at Atlantic and host of the podcast, Jamel Hill is Unbothered. Jamel Hill. Also here is former NFL wide receiver Dante Stallworth. Glad to have both of you guys here today with me. Let me ask you about this, Dante, because Saquon is defending his by all this. What do you make of it? Told it all. Okay. That's his response. Go ahead.
I love Saquon. I think he's a great player, and you can't deny his talent. One of the things that bothered me the most was that he was one of the players that, back in 2020, when the NFL players were really going after the NFL for not standing up against the NFL and the president at the time, President Trump, he was one of the guys at the forefront saying racism and injustice cannot exist. And then he goes today, 5 years later, and he's golfing with Donald Trump. And one of the things that he said was that, it's not about politics or leave politics out of it. One of the things I'm reminded of, there's a quote that's attributed to the Greek philosopher or the Greek politician Pericles, where he says, it's attributed to him, it's similar words, paraphrasing. He says, you may not be interested in politics, but that doesn't mean politics won't be interested in you. And so as you see, they've used his tweet, the White House, they've posted his tweet, they've posted photos with him. He's essentially being used kind of as a propaganda tool to say, hey, look, Saquon Barkley likes us. Everyone else should like us because he is, number one, a black player in the NFL. And number two, he's a prominent African-American. At the same time, it's evident where he says that he just respects the office of the president. It's evident that Donald Trump doesn't respect the office of the president. He only respects the power that it wields.
So, Jamal, is there an unfair pressure and double standard being put on black players in the NFL to appear or not appear at events like this for the reasons he's talking about?
Oh, definitely. But a lot of that has to do with the fact that this administration has communicated so often about how they feel about black people in this country. At the same time, while he is with the president, you have this administration taking away precious artifacts from the National African American Museum here in Washington, D.C. You have them doing other things that show that they are more than willing to undermine black liberation in this country. And so if you're a black player, that automatically is going to put you at the crosshairs of politics. And so while I do think generally my position is with these White House invites, whether it be a Republican or a Democrat in office, we've seen players that didn't go when Obama was.
Jalen Hurts didn't go today.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts didn't go today either. But the thing is that I've always felt like it's up to the player to decide that. But once you make that decision, realize that people like you and I can be here on television to question whether or not or where it is you truly stand by standing and aligning yourself with somebody who frankly has really done a lot and has a very long history of completely disrespecting people who look like you. Because if you didn't play sports, If you were not a Super Bowl champion, if you were not Saquon Barkley, his reception of you would be a lot different.
So what does it say about the white players that attend then? Is the opposite also true then, that those who attend who are not black, they are making a statement?
Yeah, I remember politics weren't really talked about in the NFL locker rooms, at least any of the NFL locker rooms that I was in up until 2008 when Obama was running against McCain. And that's kind of when things started to explode and people regularly began talking politics. There's a ton of players in the NFL who are outright Trump supporters. And as me and Jamel were talking about, out earlier, Trump has become more palatable for a number of reasons. And so that has allowed these players to kind of step out of the shadows or kind of step out and say, you know what, I'm okay with this. But there were a lot of players that also didn't show up, a lot of the star players that didn't show up, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and a lot of other players on defense as well. So there's still players that are going to make that stand. But the players that were there, they know what the conversation is going to be when you go to the White House.
And if I just may add this quickly, is Saquon Barkley was able to do that, and he was able to put out, hey, I did it because I respect the office. At the same time, while we saw several players, or at least the Eagles, they sort of massaged it as it was scheduling conflicts. I think those players that didn't come should have the same right to say why they didn't come and explain. I mean, they don't owe us an explanation, but if Jalen Hurts has political and social reasons why he didn't attend, I think it's fair that he be able to speak to whatever that is and what his concerns are about this administration.
Or, as some would say, not have to address anything at all. He played the game. You see what he did to me? You want me to take my wig off? No, I can't now. I can't right now, babe. So many people watching. Look at his face. Look at his face. He's like, what the hell is going? Do you see what he did to me? He won the trophy. Next, we'll see. Speaking of somebody who's aspiring to do that, I'm talking about University of Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders, who, as we know, did not go as early as he certainly wanted to. There had been a lot of statements that were made about why he was so low in the draft. People talked about attitude. They talked about, bravado, all sorts of things. Of course, we know who his father is, Hall of Famer and Colorado coach Deion Sanders. Why do you think he wasn't picked as high?
I think it's really layered. I think there's a number of issues that are at play here. The NFL doesn't have a great track record for a lot of things. One of the things, though, I will say is that the NFL is extremely tolerant for talent, right? So the more talent you have, the more tolerant they will be. And we see, you've had guys like Baker Mayfield, you've had guys like Johnny Manziel, Caleb Williams, who turned out to be number one quarterback or top 5, top 10 pick, who had a number of concerns and issues from league officials. But these kids coming out of college were extremely, they were the outright number one pick. And I don't think Shedeur Sanders had that kind of ability to say, hey, I'm the number one guy, so I don't have to go to the combine and work out. I don't have to go to the Senior Bowl and work out. And I can kind of dictate to these teams what I want to do in my interviews. And that didn't go over too well with NFL owners. There's a Steve Keim, who is a longtime NFL official. He's the general manager of the Arizona Cardinals for 20 years. He once said that if Hannibal Lecter ran a 4.4, he would be drafted in the first round. So the talent, and that's not to say that Shedeur is not talented. He is a top 2 round talent. But for him to drop all the way to the 5th, it lets you know that it's not on the field stuff. It's something off the field. Yeah. And he's going to have to account for that and go work hard. And in this position, he's actually got a chance to start or to at least to contribute to the team at some point this year or next season.
I mean, first of all, he quoted Pericles and mentioned Hannibal Lecter. I know. There's some respect. That's where and roast people. But Jamal, Stephen A. said a lot about Sanders, but he also tweeted out, quote, "This is Kaepernick all over again." What's your reaction?
My answer is no. That's my reaction. And I can't believe this is coming out of my mouth. The number one skeptic of the NFL I'm somebody who many times in the Atlantic and in shows like this have talked about how this league has a lot of racist underpinnings. They, as you mentioned, they have a terrible track record. So I'm the last person to throw down the cape over the puddle for the NFL. But in this case, it wasn't about race. I think it had everything to do with the fact that they did not value Shedeur Sanders as a talent, as that kind of surefire. He's a lock as a first round or top 5 kind of guy. And again, in that draft process, that's an evaluation of who you are, your character, your football character, all those things. So if it's true, the reports that he was purposely tanking some interviews because he didn't want to go to those teams, showing up and doing other things with other teams, those kind of messages get out across the league, and they're going to reflect poorly on him. And so you can't, if they already think you're kind of a borderline talent, and then you add the extra stuff to it, it is going to greatly influence your draft stock. And no, we can't compare it to Colin Kaepernick. This is a man who lost his career when he already had been to a Super Bowl and done a lot as a quarterback, and then he had his career taken from him because of he made the mistake of actually standing up for Black people.
Shedeur, prove him wrong, I guess. Jamel, Dante, thank you both.
You keep coming.
And thank you all for watching. Anderson Cooper 360 is next.
Why do you keep coming off?
In Mexico City, and this is CNN.
Having problems real quick.
You make good choices. Always planning ahead. Like to not just chase a career, but one day follow your heart. With ambition like that, you need someone who elevates advice to a craft. At UBS, we match your vision with insight and expertise to shape a unique outcome for you. Advice is our craft.
When we started Warby Parker, we just sold glasses. And only online. But people liked them. A lot. So we offered more things. Like sunglasses and contacts. And then we thought, what if we sold eyewear online and in stores? So we did that. And now we have stores in neighborhoods all over. There you can chat with friendly opticians and get eye exams from top-notch doctors. Now, no matter where you go, we've got your eyes covered.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now, I have Rinvoq, a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin. Plus, many had clearer skin and less itch, even at 3 years.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events. Infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupts the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Will you be my maid of honor?
I'm in my room while I wait on the road. If you gon' talk to me, say what I like. Hey. I thought it was love, that was what it was. We hit the city, she does. We should just leave all that shit where it was. I'm in my room while I wait on the road. If you gon' talk to me, say what I like. Hey, we put on
Another simple favor. Rated R.
After serving in the Army, I started Feinberg Machining. Today, we proudly employ 40 people. Thanks to American technology and artificial intelligence, our business continues to grow. It is inspiring to see America leading the world in open source AI development. But we can't let China gain the upper hand. We need to encourage innovation and strengthen American manufacturing. Our leaders must protect our competitive edge.
If you have heart disease and struggle with LDL-C, even with statins and diet, listen to your heart. Talk to your doctor about Repatha.
Repatha plus a statin lowers LDL-C by 63%.
Do not take Repatha if you're allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Common side effects include runny nose, sore throat, common cold symptoms, flu or flu-like symptoms, back pain, high blood sugar, and redness, pain, or bruising at the injection site. Ask about Repatha.
Yeah. Rock the table every day, because you just can't beat the taste of country club.
Wow, this is like my kind of living. It takes your breath away. You're just like, where am I? I love how much history is hidden in something as simple as tapas.
There is so much pride in the history of all of the people who have passed through this region.
Longoria, Searching for Spain, Sunday at 9 on CNN. Closed captioning is brought to you by Skechers hands-free glide step slip-ins.
You're seeing Skechers' famous glide step footwear everywhere. And now that famous design is available in hands-free Skechers Slip-In. Get the comfort and style of glide step. Try glide step Skechers Slip-In.
Tonight on 360, on the eve of 100 days in office, how's the president doing? A look at the numbers and some of the fear and anger behind them. Also tonight, Russia announces they'll have a brief ceasefire in Ukraine, but not quite what it sounds, with President Trump back from Rome and a sit-down with Zelensky. And later, John King all over the map, this time with voters in Arizona, where tariffs are already hitting home. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight where things stand going into the 100th day of Donald Trump's second term in office. Because of the size and scope of the administration's agenda, it's a selective and not all-encompassing look and a small slice of reality. It's a snapshot in time, but
The foreign minister, Melanie Joly, who was reelected this evening, called it quite openly in the United States a psychodrama. And most Canadians who went to the polls decided, look, we need to get away from this psychodrama, or we need to inoculate ourselves as much as we can. I will say one more thing to you, though, John, as we continue to stay up late looking for these results. I mean, look, Canadians stand divided, the Canadians stand united against Donald Trump, but they stand divided amongst themselves. What's happened is a lot of the more marginal parties really did not get a lot of the popular vote. This was a two-party race, and many Canadians will believe it will start to reflect more of the American system. Is that enduring? We can't know, but that is what it looks like right now.
Very quickly, was there any chance for a Liberal win under Justin Trudeau? Is he sitting back somewhere tonight thinking, if only I stayed on?
I think given the fact, and I will repeat what his cabinet ministers said, if his cabinet ministers are saying tonight that the party was left for dead and they are thanking Mark Carney, no, I hope Mr. Trudeau is comforted by his children this evening, by what he calls a great service to Canada, and I hope he's enjoying his private life because we know his cabinet wants him to.
And very quickly, one last thing with Representative Carney. He wasn't an elected lawmaker before. He now has that legitimacy in the office of Prime Minister, right?
Yeah, and that won't be a big deal. He ran a very tight campaign, perhaps not as charismatic as some people would want. It was lightning fast. I mean, you blinked and you missed it. And in that really shows a good tactician, right? He's already become a good politician. He understood that the longer that this goes on, the more his lead was at risk. And in fact, you saw the polls tighten in the last week of this campaign. Rookie politician, to be sure. He is a rookie in no other way that I can think of, to be honest, not even in hockey, John. So I think we will wait to see how he handles what is sure to be a fractured party.
He certainly has the credentials right now in a world which is facing a meltdown economically with the trade war, with tariffs, that bring those credentials, Bank of England, Bank of Canada, to office. Certainly will be of assistance, to say the least. Paula in Ottawa, thank you very much. Paula, they're reporting live. We appreciate it. Well, electricity is coming back online after one of the biggest electrical blackouts Europe has ever seen. Around midday local time, about 19 hours ago, the lights went out in Spain, Portugal, and briefly parts of France, causing major travel disruptions with some of Europe's busiest cities left paralysed. Millions left without basic services from the internet to traffic lights, as cities were left in almost total darkness. And then around dawn, applause, cheers could be heard in Madrid as lights started to flicker on. Authorities in Spain say power has been restored to more than 90% of the country. But just what led to this cascading failure remains unknown. The leader of the EU says so far no evidence of a cyber attack. In Portugal, officials say power has been restored to all 2.5 million customers of the national energy network. The country relies heavily on neighbouring Spain to meet electrical demand, and the Prime Minister says that's where the problem most likely began. Travellers across the Iberian Peninsula were left scrambling amid this blackout. Many flights, train services all cancelled, subways going down. Joining us now is Kenny Stein, Vice President of Policy at the Institute for Energy Research. Thank you for joining us.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Okay, so Spain seems to be ground zero for the cause of this huge blackout. And for more on that, here's Spain's Prime Minister.
As far as causes, what we are hearing from the Red Electricidad this morning, 15 gigawatts of generation was suddenly lost from the system, and that it was lost in just 5 seconds.
So that then begs the next question, what caused the sudden loss of 15 gigawatts? Any ideas?
Well, here's the problem. This could be a very simple issue, but once the cascade begins and all these power plants start tripping offline, once there's any kind of oscillation in the frequency of the grid, all these power plants will trip offline in order to protect themselves, protect their electronics. So the whatever happened isn't necessarily a huge event, but if it is not arrested before everything starts to shut down, the grid can fail very quickly, and that's what happened in this case.
Yeah, 15 gigawatts is about 60% of total electricity generation. And according to local media reports, the collapse triggered the disconnection of the Spanish electricity system from the European system, which is based on interconnection with France. So that's part of the fail-safe here, right? So one part goes down, it just takes itself offline. And then, is that essentially what we're looking at here? It's just a backup fail-safe plan?
Right. Well, Europe-wide, there's a great effort to increase interconnection in between every country. And the idea being that if there's any issues within a certain country, within the power plants going offline, they can then import electricity from neighboring countries. But the problem is what seems to have happened here, whatever failure happened in Spain, there was such a significant frequency disruption that the interconnection with France was actually cut off. So even Spain's sort of backup to the backup, which was the rest of the European grid through France, was also cut off. So ultimately there was no backup and everything shut down.
Well, and according to Red Electricidad in Spain, they've activated the procedures planned for restoring power. In this phase of the work, the goal is to power the generating units so they can start up and spread power to the grid as well as other units. This is a black start, right? And it's been described by some experts as a nightmare. So why is this so difficult? Why is it a nightmare? What's the process?
Right. It's an extremely difficult process. And there's a reason why when these sorts of issues are happening, normally rolling blackouts will be instituted in order to prevent this kind of full shutdown of the grid. Because when you try and restart everything, you have to go power plant by power plant. And you have to start with units that have diesel backup generators. So you have to start the diesel generators running to power that individual power plant. And once you get that power plant up to enough generation, then you can start connecting customers. You can start connecting the power plants to each other. But each step has to be done carefully and only step by step. So it takes many, many hours to do this, as you can imagine, over an entire country. Each individual plant has to be connected, and then customers can only be connected as just enough generation comes online, because at all times, the generation and consumption of electricity has to be perfectly balanced.
Well, I mean, we don't see a blackout like this very often in terms of scale, the number of people affected by all of it. So how vulnerable are power grids to this sort of failure? And has it been sort of a case of good fortune there hasn't been more mass power outages like this one?
Well, certainly it doesn't happen in modern Western developed countries. This is a type of thing you'll sometimes see in less developed countries with less developed power grids. But in a country like Spain, normally in the rest of Europe, the United States, there is enough backup capacity that's normally kept by the grid operators. They're watching very carefully for any deviations in frequency so that they can bring on more power to adjust or to shed load, as I was speaking earlier about brownouts. So normally this is very carefully watched, and that's why it normally does not happen. In this case, we don't know obviously what exactly happened, but there is no question about whether the makeup of the Spanish electricity grid, their power generation sources, particularly at the time of this outage, may have contributed to certainly making it become a countrywide failure instead of just confined to a particular region wherever this original issue happened.
Yeah, it just seems incredible that something like this could still happen, today with all the technology we're meant to have and how things are meant to work. Kenny, thanks for being with us. We really appreciate it.
Of course, thank you for having me.
To come on CNN, Ukrainian officials remain skeptical after Russian President Vladimir Putin declares a unilateral 3-day ceasefire.
Are you sitting right now? It could be harming your health. Back pain, stress, and serious health risks can build up from sitting too long. But motion changes everything. Introducing Ready Rocker with its patented Rock Perfect design that supports your spine as it helps improve posture, relieve back pain, boost circulation, and release endorphins for your overall well-being, no matter where you are. Lightweight, portable, and covered in memory foam, Ready Rocker instantly transforms any chair or space into a healthier sitting experience.
Sitting too long isn't just uncomfortable, it's unhealthy. With Ready Rocker, we make sitting a healthier experience for people of all ages.
From soothing babies to helping with posture,
Get on!
back pain, and stress, we discovered that rocking can truly improve lives.
Sedentary lifestyle, whether you're sitting at a desk or in a vehicle all day, is not good for the body. And that's why the Ready Rocker is so effective. The rocking motion constantly keeps you active and helps you ease pain, reduces stress. It's a mood booster.
I used to be in pain all the time, but with Ready Rocker, I felt relief, and I'm in a better mood.
I can literally feel the stress being taken off my joints while rocking. My back stopped hurting, my arthritis felt better. It's just wonderful.
Thousands are finding relief with Ready Rocker, and now you can too. For a limited time, you can get Ready Rocker for just 4 easy payments of only $29.99. Call now. And we'll include the Smart Strap to secure and carry your Ready Rocker. And this protective cover, a $40 value free. Plus, we'll even ship it to you for free. That's an incredible value for the low price you see on your screen. So don't delay. Order today.
Call 1-800-801-2976 or go to GetReadyRocker.com. That's 1-800-801-2976 or go to GetReadyRocker.com. Call now.
This is Noom GLP-1, and this is Angelia.
I really did not know weight gain was going to be an issue through menopause. The Noom program and the meds work hand in hand. I'm Angelia, and I have lost 17 pounds with Noom.
Get started at Noom.com.
Weight loss medications you can actually afford? Yes. If you qualify at Zelfie, providers can prescribe GLP-1 medications like Ozempic and Wegovy that are 90% less expensive. All 100% online, shipped directly to your door. That's right, GLP-1 for as little as $25 a month, shipped directly to your door. No more doctor's visits and waiting in line at the pharmacy. Just text the word TOOL to 200-300 right now and see if you qualify at Zelfie for medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, Manjaro, and other GLP-1s for as little as $25 a month. With or without insurance, Zelfie makes getting GLP-1 medications affordable and acceptable, up to 90% less expensive. Just connect with a Zelfie provider right on your phone and get treatment options so you can find the right medication for your budget and your goals. And Zelfie is 100% online. No doctor's visit needed or trip to the pharmacy. So don't wait. Text TOOL to 200-300 to get started with Zelfie today. Text TOOL to 200-300. That's TOOL to 200-300.
Do you have a box of videotapes, film reels, and photos that are degrading? Legacy Box professionally converts them to DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud. Legacy Box.
But we did it, Joe. We did it.
Visit legacybox.com.
Gracie is about to have her best day ever on the runway. Her strut turns into a stumble. Her Pumpkin Pet insurance plan covers up to 90% of eligible vet bills. Get a plan like Gracie's at pumpkin.care.
I'm Mike Valerio at the port of Incheon near Seoul, South Korea, and this is CNN.
Yet again, another attempt at manipulation. For some reason, everyone is supposed to wait until May 8 before ceasing fire, just to provide Putin with silence for his parade. We value human lives, not parades.
A good degree of skepticism there from the Ukrainian president after Russia's Vladimir Putin declared a unilateral 3-day ceasefire beginning next week. Even US President Donald Trump seemed unimpressed, calling instead for a more permanent solution. CNN's Matthew Chance has details.
President Putin объявил
From the Kremlin, the announcement of a new ceasefire. For 3 days in May, the Kremlin says its guns will fall silent. Show Washington, the words of one Russian official, Moscow wants a stable, permanent peace. But President Trump, fresh from a face-to-face meeting with the Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky on the sidelines of the papal funeral in Rome, wants substantial progress in his flagging peace effort, not empty gestures.
Vladimir Putin this morning offered a temporary ceasefire. The president has made it clear he wants to see a permanent ceasefire. First, to stop the killing, stop the bloodshed. And while he remains optimistic he can strike a deal, he's also being realistic as well.
But realistically, the latest Kremlin offer may amount to little more than its last one. An Easter truce that followed this deadly strike on Palm Sunday in Sumy, killing at least 35 people. And even that 30-hour pause was violated thousands of times, according to both sides. The latest ceasefire is meant to coincide with Russia's 80th anniversary celebrations to mark the Nazi defeat in the Second World War, including the annual military parade through Red Square on May the 9th. Ukrainian officials say the ceasefire should be implemented now if the Kremlin is serious about peace, not just for this. Instead, the Russian Foreign Minister, Sergei Lavrov, has listed terms, telling a Brazilian newspaper that international recognition of Crimea and 4 other eastern Ukrainian regions annexed by Russia is imperative, demilitarizing Ukraine, lifting sanctions on Russia, cancelling arrest warrants, and unfreezing Russian assets in the West are also on the agenda, Lavrov added, while Russia will insist on security guarantees to shield it from NATO and European Union threats. But it is the threat posed by Russia that has US allies concerned, and that agreeing to Moscow's terms would make that threat even worse. Matthew Chance, CNN London.
Officials in Tehran are blaming negligence for a massive, deadly explosion at Iran's biggest port. According to state media, investigators have found failure to observe safety principles preceded the blast, but comprehensive testing will be required to determine the definitive cause. Before the explosion, witness counts as well as images from the scene point to chemicals not far from shipping containers catching fire. The latest official death toll has now risen, stands at least 70. The head of Israel's internal security agency, the Shin Bet, appears to have given in to political pressure and says he will resign by June 15. Bernabau's decision comes nearly 3 months after an unprecedented vote by Israel's far-right government to dismiss the head of Shin Bet. During a speech Monday, Barr accepted responsibility for intelligence failures, leading to the surprise bus attack on October 7th. When we come back, a new CNN poll showing falling support for President Trump. Let's look at why he's now underwater with focus on his handling of immigration.
Excellence on your journey. X to Sport. Kumho Tire.
Weight loss medications you can actually afford? Yes. If you qualify as Zelfie, providers can prescribe GLP-1 medications like Ozempic and Wegovy that are 90% less expensive, all 100% online, shipped directly to your door. That's right, GLP-1s for as little as $25 a month, shipped directly to your door. No more doctor's visits, waiting in line at the pharmacy. Just text the word TOOL to 200-300 right now and see if you qualify as Zelfie for medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, Manjaro, and other GLP-1s for as little as $25 a month. With or without insurance, Zelfie makes getting GLP-1 medications affordable and accessible, up to 90% less expensive. Just connect with a Zelfie provider right on your phone and get treatment options so you can find the right medication for your budget and your goals. And Zelfie is 100% online. No doctor's visit needed or trip to the pharmacy. So don't wait. Text TOOL to 200-300 to get started with Zelfie today. Text TOOL to 200-300. That's TOOL to 200-300.
Are you still cleaning your floors with a broom and dustpan?
Or down on your hands and knees with paper towels?
Or dragging out your big heavy vacuum?
Forget about it! George and Mary Beth back with another incredible invention.
It's the Zippy Sweeper, the rechargeable cordless sweeper that's lightweight and compact. With an advanced triangular design that gets into corners and features 360-degree omnidirectional cleaning.
It cleans any mess on carpets, hard floors, even long baseboards in any direction.
Watch this. It cleans dirt and dust.
All for air.
And his trail of messy little crumbs.
It cleans up wet vegetables.
How about this confetti on the carpet?
How about this broken glass? The secret? Advanced tri-brush technology. There's a separate brush on each side of the unique triangular head. No matter which way you move the triangular cleaning head, the 3 high-speed spinning brushes will sweep every speck from your floor right into the built-in quick-release dirt tray.
Ordinary vacuums can miss messes and corners, but not the Zippy Sweeper. Its triangular head and built-in spinning edge brush hold the dirt where vacuums miss. With its swiveling head and super low profile design, you can clean under your furniture without moving it.
The Zippy toilet sweeper is cleaner.
That's right. Just pay $79.99. And that's not all. Call now and you can get a second Zippy Sweeper for 50% off and free shipping. But you have to call now. Call 1-800-220-7024.
I'm Rafael Romo in Rome. This is CNN.
A year after a heart attack, Mike's feeling like himself again. But even though time has passed, his risk of a second attack hasn't. Mike is still living in the red, with a very high risk of another heart attack or stroke. He doesn't know with his risk factors, his LDL-C, bad cholesterol, is still too high. The recommended level is below 55. Are you at risk? Get in the know. Learn how to get a free LDL-C test at attackheartdisease.com.
Wire you your money?
You ready?
You know, I will never forget the good times. All the laughs we had. You're like family. The picnic, and the hike in the woods. All the selfies, and oh, and the time we rollerbladed, and we watched the sunset, and we stayed up all night talking.
Right to everything, because you just can't beat the taste of country crock. I'm Anna Stewart in the city of London, and this is...
That wasn't you? Even the skinny dipping and the...
Welcome back. You're watching CNN Newsroom. I'm John Bors. Let's take a look at today's top stories. Electricity has been restored to most of Spain after one of the largest blackouts ever in Europe. Spain and neighbouring Portugal suffered a massive outage on Monday. It's shutting down a number of major cities. No word yet on what caused the blackout. Canada's Liberal Party, led by Prime Minister Mark Carney, is projected to win the country's federal elections and will form a new government. Stunning political comeback for the Liberals, who are down by 20 points to the Conservatives. A new CNN poll shows declining support for President Donald Trump. 59% say his policies have made economic conditions worse. That's up 8 points. 69% say they think a recession is at least somewhat likely within the next 12 months. More voters now disapprove, 54% than approve, 45% of Donald Trump's handling of immigration, a 6-point swing from last month. CNN's Gustavo Valdez looks at how the president ended up underwater on one of the key issues which helped him win the White House.
We built over 500 miles of border wall. One of U.S. President Donald Trump's main campaign promises has got to stop, and we've got to have the largest mass deportation effort in history. We're going to. It's perhaps one of his most successful so far, despite backlash from countries in Latin America and critics in the U.S. That's right. After Trump ordered the U.S. military to secure the border and assist with mass deportations, Colombia's president, Gustavo Petro, refused to allow 2 military planes carrying deportees to land in his country because he didn't like seeing migrants in shackles as they were being transported. But Petro ended up sending a presidential plane to retrieve his citizens after the U.S. briefly imposed tariffs on Colombian imports, sanctioned government officials, and suspended consular services. But some policies so far are not working out as planned. The notorious Guantanamo Bay prison in Cuba, known for housing many terrorists from the September 11 attacks, is now also being used as an immigration detention center and must have eventually been deported to their country of origin or returned to the U.S. without explanation. Back at home, President Trump's policies continue to face legal challenges. Even with a conservative majority, the Supreme Court ordered the Trump administration to stop deporting some immigrants using the Alien Enemies Act so it can hear the case, an act that dates back to 1789 and has only been used in time of war. It allows for the detention and quick deportation of foreign adult men considered a danger to the United States. The Trump administration argues that members of international crime organizations like Tren de Aragua from Venezuela and MS-13 from El Salvador in the U.S. illegally can be deported under the act. Some have claimed the government is detaining them without evidence, and many say they are entitled to challenge their removal.
That's not what this law is. This law is for when the United States is at war. The administration is arguing that it's the equivalent of a war, that we have problems with gangs and cartels, but the definition of war and invasion was very clear in 1798 when this law was passed, and that does not mean it.
And then there is the case of Gilmar Abrego Garcia, a Salvadoran man deported to his country even though an immigration judge had ruled he shouldn't be. The U.S. admits it was a mistake, but his case has led to a standoff between Abrego Garcia's legal team, the courts who ordered his return to the U.S., and the Trump administration's refusal to work to bring him back. Gustavo Valdez, CNN, Atlanta.
An autistic teenager in Nigeria setting a new world record for the largest art canvas by an individual. When we come back, how his artwork aims to celebrate neurodiversity.
Excellence on your journey. X to Sport. Kumo Tire.
Are you sitting right now? It could be harming your health. Back pain, stress, and serious health risks can build up from sitting too long. But motion changes everything. Introducing Ready Rocker with its patented Rock Perfect design that supports your spine as it helps improve posture, relieve back pain, boost circulation, and release endorphins for your overall well-being, no matter where you are. Lightweight, portable, and covered in memory foam, Ready Rocker instantly transforms any chair or space into a healthier sitting experience.
Sitting too long isn't just uncomfortable, it's unhealthy. With Ready Rocker, we make sitting a healthier experience for people of all ages.
From soothing babies to helping with posture, back pain, and stress, we discovered that rocking can truly improve lives.
A sedentary lifestyle, whether you're sitting at a desk or in a vehicle all day, is not good for the body. And that's why the Ready Rocker is so effective. The rocking motion constantly keeps you active and helps you ease pain, reduces stress. It's a mood booster.
I used to be in pain all the time, but with Ready Rocker, I felt relief, and I'm in a better mood.
I can literally feel the stress being taken off my joints while rocking. My back stopped hurting, my arthritis felt better. It's just wonderful.
Thousands are finding relief with Ready Rocker, and now you can too. For a limited time, you can get Ready Rocker for just 4 easy payments of only $29.99. Call now, and we'll include the Smart Strap to secure and carry your Ready Rocker. And this protective cover, a $40 value free. Plus, we'll even ship it to you for free. That's an incredible value for the low price you see on your screen. So don't delay. Order today.
Call 1-800-801-2976 or go to GetReadyRocker.com. That's 1-800-801-2976 or go to GetReadyRocker.com. Call now.
Are you trying to get smarter with your money in 2025? You've got to try Upside. Upside is a free app that gives you cash back when you fill up your gas tank, stock up on groceries, or grab a meal from your favorite restaurant. It's fast, it's easy, and the best part, it's cash back. Here's how it works. Just open the app, claim an offer, and follow the instructions to complete your purchase. That's it. You can earn an average 8% cash back on grocery and dining. That's on top of other credit card rewards. And all that cash back can seriously add up, with some Upside users making $200 to $300 per year. There are over 100,000 locations nationwide, and that means cash back is just around every corner. Download the free Upside app and start earning today. Turn your daily commute, your next grocery run, or your next restaurant meal into cash back. Join millions of smart shoppers who are turning everyday spending into everyday earning. Download the free Upside app now and earn an extra 25 cents a gallon on your first fill up with promo code WINNING25. That's 25 cents a gallon with promo code WINNING25. Upside, cash back smarter. Are you trying to get smarter with your money in 2025? You've got to try Upside. Upside is a free app that gives you cash back when you fill up your gas tank, stock up on groceries, or grab a meal from your favorite restaurant. It's fast, it's easy, and the best part, it's cash back. Here's how it works. Just open the app, claim an offer, and follow the instructions to complete your purchase. That's it. You can earn an average 8% cash back on grocery and dining. That's on top of other credit card rewards. And all that cash back can seriously add up, with some Upside users making $200 to $300 per year. There are over 100,000 locations nationwide, and that means cash back is just around every corner. Download the free Upside app and start earning today. Turn your daily commute, your next grocery run, or your next restaurant meal into cash back. Join millions of smart shoppers who are turning everyday spending into everyday earning. Download the free Upside app now and earn an extra 25 cents a gallon on your first fill up with promo code WINNING25. That's 25 cents a gallon with promo code WINNING25. Upside, cash back smarter.
I'm Becky Anderson in Abu Dhabi, and this is CNN.
Blast from the past there, all the way back to the 80s with pop star Cyndi Lauper, famous for Girls Just Want to Have Fun, be inducted this year into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Among some of the others who have made the cut, the Twist singer Toby Checker and hip-hop duo Outkast. American Idol host Ryan Seacrest, who's hosted just about everything, announced the 2025 inductees through the show's airing on Sunday night. Ceremony was there for the record for the world's largest art canvas goes to an autistic teenager in Nigeria. Giant painting was unveiled on World Autism Day. The artist, a 15-year-old who is non-verbal, wants his work to be about breaking down the stigma around autism. CNN's Ben Hunt has details.
They say a picture speaks 1,000 words. For this 15-year-old, his pictures say everything.
He doesn't his story on his behalf.
It's telling that story in a big way. So big, it's record-breaking. Kanye, a young autistic artist, is a Guinness World Record holder. His winning painting, Impossibility is a Myth, is the largest artwork on canvas by an individual at 12,381 square meters. Its centerpiece, an infinity sign, surrounded by faces showing a mixture of emotions.
That sign means awareness, acceptance, and then neurodiversity. And then if you see around, you see the faces, you see the sad faces, the smiley, the crying. And when Kanye was growing up, if you look at all his previous paintings, some of his previous paintings, you go back in history, you see all those smiley faces.
April is Autism Awareness Month around the world. The World Health Organization says 1 in 100 children has the disorder, and yet the stigma remains.
I've had instances where somebody looked at my son and called him an idiot. And that's why Kanye does what he does. Awareness for people to know the kind of person he is, to understand people like him.
People like Kanye, an artist, a gamer, a world record winner. Ben Hunt, CNN.
The official business of selecting a new pope begins next week. The Vatican says conclave will begin next Wednesday. Only cardinals under the age of 80 are allowed to vote. And right now, there are 135 of them eligible to vote. The highly secretive process takes place in the Sistine Chapel, which was closed Monday to prepare for the conclave. Electors will take part in a special mass before taking an oath of secrecy. They won't be seen in public until the new pope is elected, which requires a two-thirds majority. Will be looking for the white smoke. The Vatican is following tradition by issuing a special edition stamp. Monday, they released the new empty chair stamp that is issued during the period between popes. The stamp will be available until the conclave chooses the next pontiff, whenever that might be. Amazon has taken another major step to join the race to transform the world's internet infrastructure. The tech giant launched 27 satellites atop a rocket from Florida Monday evening. This kicks off Amazon's Project Kipper, a plan to create a massive constellation of internet beaming satellites. The effort is poised to compete directly with Starlink, the network offered by Elon Musk's SpaceX. I think that's how you say it. Thank you for watching CNN Newsroom. I'm John Bowles, back at the top of the hour with more CNN Newsroom. In the meantime, after the break, World Sport starts. See you about 20 minutes from now.
A spotlight's powerful beam is designed to be seen from miles and miles away. And now that power...
You want to see a predominantly black neighborhood? Hold on, I got you. You want to see a predominantly black neighborhood? Hold on, I got you.
Girl.
only person walking in LS?
The casino store is open. Come dressed like you deserve success. I'm sorry, that's not available. Something else I can do for you? There.
Well, I'll take it. It's not the best, but at least it's not no fucking clothes. Alright, I'm out. Because my head is killing me. Oh my god. Oh god, my head. Alright, y'all have a great Tuesday. I will see y'all later. Good night. And have fun and be safe tomorrow.